I just say, Jessie, girl, I love you, girl. So apparently there's this girl named Lillian who wanders into a forest and hears a bunch of tinkling and honks. She finds a fairy, and the fairy gives her 3 wishes, and she wishes for a bunch of shit, but one of the wishes is to be a fairy. Another one of the wishes is to find her true love. So she becomes a fairy, okay? That's fantastic. Now she's a fairy and she's sparkling, and she probably belongs in a Twilight movie somewhere. Yeah. So she becomes a fairy, and she's twinkling and twilighty and delicious, and she wishes for her true love. And some guy approaches her, as Jessie mentioned, and says, "Hey, welcome to Fairyland." And he's banging. Of course he's banging. But the thing that she doesn't realize is, now that she's a fairy, every fairy she comes in contact with is going to be a fairy. The catch-22 here is, she can't fall in love with a fairy, because the fairy boys are fairies. Catch my drift. So the dude ends up being gay. That's the premise, and she has to fall in love with her true love. Yeah, she has to fall in love, and she floats into the forest, and she happens upon a wounded knight in armor laying there, and he says, "Oh my God, I must be in heaven, because there are angels flying above me." But there were no angels. It was just her with her fairy wings and her fairiness. She was Tinkerbelling all over that shit. Just saying. And she looks down upon him, and he says, "Please, maiden with wings of glory and light, can you help me?" She looks down upon him and takes pity. "I don't know why I'm talking like this." She looks down at him, and she feels helpless because there's nothing really she can do. She's a fairy, but she hasn't really honed the craft. Being a fairy, she doesn't know the implications, any special powers that she might have being a fairy. So she floats down with angel wings, sits on his shoulder, and says, "Yeah, what the fuck you want?" Lights up a cigarette. Because this bitch is hardcore. You don't hear this in the beginning of the story. That bitch wandered into the woods because she was hardcore. She don't play by the rules. She's a pistol. She will kick anybody's ass. Just saying. So she flies down on his shoulder. She sits down and she looks at him and says, "Yeah, what the fuck you want?" And he goes, "How much will $20 get me?" Boom.